You are now listening to or watching the It Takes All Kinds podcast.
Yeah, and if you aren't, you can head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and listen to us now, or head on over to Drib on YouTube and watch the video version as well.
And if you'd like to stay up to date on when we're releasing a new episode or any other fun information about the podcast, you can give us a follow on Instagram at It Takes All Kinds Podcast and on Twitter at ITAC Podcast. That's ITAK Podcast.
Without saying much else, we hope you enjoy this episode.
Hey, Gavin.
Oh, what's up?
I didn't even see you over there.
Yeah, I've been here.
How long you been there?
Couple, like an hour.
Wow, that's awesome. Did you know it? I haven't heard that one yet.
Yes.
No, I haven't. I just said no.
No.
What? That one. Right. I haven't heard it before. It's just crazy.
Bang.
Yeah, I know. What? Isn't that a whole different thing? All right. Did you know it's episode 63?
That's 7 times 9.
Hold on. Somebody's calling me. Is it really?
Yeah.
What's 7 divided by 9?
I don't know. I got
Today is Monday, May 16th, year of our Lord. And you will be hearing this on Friday, May 20th. It's your birthday.
Yeah. Almost my half birthday, but
Do you celebrate your half
no,
birthday?
no.
And don't fucking lie to me.
No, I don't. I just think about it.
You know what I think about?
What?
How we have a delicious, glasses are a little tight, still a little bit too tight. How we have a delicious taste test today.
You know, you would hype me up. You would hype this up to me last week.
I did. I told you, which I usually don't. I usually keep things.
It's a lot of mental preparation. I had to prep for a whole week for this.
Right. I like to keep our relationship.
Prepped and ready to go.
No, I like to keep it spontaneous.
Oh yeah.
I like to, after like 15 years, sorry, I'm getting a little choked up. After like 15 years of knowing you, what's one thing you would say about our relationship?
We're very timely and we plan everything out way ahead of time.
Do you have any proof of that?
I
don't know if you've ever met me, but I don't think there's a goddamn thing I've been timely for in the past 5 years of my life.
Oh, I know.
So how am I timely?
That was a joke.
So
Carson.
how am I
Hey,
timely?
we're on the opposite spectrum of that. We are not very timely.
Don't break spectrums into this, unless we're talking about charter.
We are on we're on the other end of that spectrum. Internet provider.
Fine.
Yeah. So
what are you saying? You're always on time
I'm-
because you're
I-
not.
I know. I'm saying that we're not on time and that we are very spontaneous.
So when I ask you a question about our relationship, which I hold very
It was
sacred,
a joke. It was a
please
joke.
don't be sarcastic. When have we ever joked about anything on this show?
It's always serious here, I've heard.
It is. This is National Podcast Radio's NPR. That's what it stands for, right?
National Podcast Radio.
National Podcast Radio.
Okay.
That was a fake laugh.
Okay.
We have a beautiful taste test plan that some might say is from down under.
Crikey.
Give me a laugh track, please, for the love of God. Why do I not have a laugh track ready? Oh, it's so funny. So we have something that is something that many people have, excuse me,
Can you turn your notifications off? God damn it!
Sorry, it's time for me to go to bed. We have something to try today because in case you don't know anything about this show, we occasionally will do taste tests. We'll occasionally try different things, usually things that are new and unique. Like last week we did the Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew, the new flavor that's available for really for everybody. It's not very good.
Great
though.
flavor.
It really just tastes the same as regular Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew that they came out with many months ago, but it's very hard to get. But this one is something that many people have tried before. So it's nothing new. We're not on the cutting edge of anything. It's just something that I personally have always wanted to try, and I finally was like, fuck it. I was like, I'm going to blow a bag today, as all the rapsters say. And let's just say I did.
Blow a band.
Why don't you I don't want to touch it. You tell them what do we got here.
This is what we got here. We got Vegemite yeast
We're
extract
trying Gavin's yeast infection extract.
with added vitamins B1, B2, and folic acid.
Oh, I love that folic acid.
This expires on February 8th, 2023.
No, 8 February 23. It expires 8 February. 8 February.
220 grams here.
And we're not gonna be gross girls here and try.
Suitable for vegans.
Oh shit!
Contains folic acid.
I need
recycle.
How often are you getting your folic acid intake? You're supposed to get 560 milligrams of it every day.
Is that true?
Yes.
No, seriously.
I swear I'll pull up my health chart right now. That my
I
Dr. Johnson sent
I think I was supposed to know that for an exam, by the way. I think that's
folic acid.
Yeah.
What was it? That's not even what it is.
Yeah,
What is it
folic
again?
acid. Yeah, folic acid.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I know.
I was supposed to know how much we were
Oh,
supposed
let
to
me
get.
check. Yeah, I was right.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be gross babies and gentlemen here. We're going to try.
We're red-blooded Americans, okay? And we want to be free.
If we were red-blooded Americans, we would try it straight out of the jar, like all those dumb YouTubers on YouTube do. But we're going to do it the way God intended it to be,
with a
on
toast sandwich.
Toast. Well, you can do a sandwich if you want, but how you're supposed to try it, from what I've been told from real red-blooded, red-pilled Australians, is you're supposed to spread some kiwis. You're supposed to spread a thin layer on a piece of buttered toast. So you don't put much on it. Sorry,
right.
the lizard tongue was coming out of my mouth.
Proudly made in
so
Australia.
we have some artisan sourdough here that I picked off the vine of the grocery store.
The address, if you want to manufacture, is by Bag of Cheese Limited. One Vegemite.
Bag of cheese limited?
Bag of Cheese Limited.
Bag?
Bega.
What? I gotta see this word.
B-E-G-A.
Lou Bega?
B-E-G-A. Bega.
That's Lou Bega. You know about Lou Bega?
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't know that song,
no.
Mambo Number 5?
Oh, yeah, I do know Obama. I didn't know that was Lou Bega, though.
Obama Number 5.
Obama number 5.
Yeah, Lou Bega. Literally spelled exactly like that, but he's a German singer. Wow, he does not look very German at all. Holy cannolis. Oh, wow.
One Vegemite way, Port Melbourne.
He
looks like
a Puerto
Victoria 3207
Hold on, I got something funny
Australia.
about Lou Bega. Looks like a Puerto Rican John Waters.
You're saying all these names and all these races. And
He looks like a Puerto Rican.
George Bush had a kid
what's the guy with the shitty pencil mustache? Actor
from
in
the
The
Addams
Sopranos.
Family? Oh.
Kind of looks like Gomez Adams.
Yeah.
Kind of. Puerto Rican Gomez Adams. Which, I mean, his last name's Gomez, so. You know what? It should be a white guy. I keep thinking about that. You're going to be the next Virgil. Yeah, you're right. It should be a white guy. I think about that a lot now. All right.
My dad had asked me about that. He was like, who's Virgil? I was like, he was the guy who...
He was a hip-hop designer.
Yeah, he was a hip-hop designer. No, my mom actually sent us a picture of this guy wearing... She was on a flight, and she was wondering what these...
Why was she doing on a flight?
She was flying down somewhere. A little flying.
You're being very vague about this flight.
It says, she said, saw us on the plane. What is that tag?
Right. Of course.
And
there's an off-white tag.
I said off-white, just the design motif of that brand.
Was this before or after the Virgil when your dad asked who was?
That was after the last episode.
And you're like, that's Virgil.
That's Virgin.
That's Virgin. Yeah, she's flying Virgin Air. Virgin Airship. Oh, Jesus. Well, it is just as thick and tarry as I expected.
Yeah.
You don't have like a reaction to that.
No.
Okay.
I can't decide what it smells like.
It smells like
It smells like smoky.
it smells like
A little smoky. Little
Little
smokies.
smoky. It
Little
smells
smokies.
like miso kind of. Have you ever had miso?
Oh, miso soup.
Yeah. Oh, me so hungry for this Vegemite.
Lisa.
No, that'd be misa. Yeah,
Misa,
it smells
misa.
kind of. It smells kind of like like a Chinese dish or something to me.
Smells like ham.
Not to
Smells like ham to me.
do that. Ham? Let me get
Yeah.
another.
Smells like ham. Smells like ham to me.
I
pork.
yeah. Like yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like lunch meat ham.
yeah. Yeah. Mm.
Well, I'm gonna do a little spreadage.
Little
I'm not
spread.
gonna do the whole piece of toast because that's gonna take me like an hour. So it's very tarry. Wow, that is like black licorice. Ooh,
Oh, we got it on your nose.
I pooped. That's all right. I'll fix it.
Oh, I did poop myself.
just take a shit. Wow, that's probably enough for the whole piece. Now I'm just realizing that.
It's so black. It doesn't look natural on there.
Well,
Maybe it's the toast that's not natural.
it isn't. It's non-GMO. No. All right. Do you care if the knife's not clean? Do you mind if I lick it? No, you do it. I'm not gonna. Come on, dude. What am I?
What am I, your therapist?
What am I? Your therapist slices your bread. Oh, I gotta get some music. Why do I always? I
Yeah,
gotta get some down under.
Go to get
Gotta
some
get some music.
didgeridoo.
Gotta get some music for these bogans. For these fucking bogans. I don't think they say. Well, they don't. Okay. Okay.
These bloody bogans. We're gonna have to. We're going to didgeridoo, Morty.
That sounds like Australian music,
Yeah.
right?
This reminds me of Australia because it's Tame Impala.
Are Tame Impala from Australia?
It's just one guy, Kevin Parker. This actually does sound like Tame Impala, though.
Is Pevin Carker from Barcelona?
I don't know.
Let's just try this. I did like that song though.
Yeah, they're from yeah, he's from Australia. Yeah.
This is our Vegemite music.
No, you should go back because Tame Impala is from Australia.
I can't find it again. It's the same song. Scare the shit out of me. All right, we just got to do it.
Come on, you're just dancing. You're dancing around the posy bush. Come on, buddy.
Your pussy bush?
The posy bush.
What'd you just call me?
Posies.
Pocket full of
Little
posies?
Yeah.
All right, fuck it.
Toast tap.
It's just Nutella.
I don't like Nutella, so
What? We're gonna have to figure that out after we try this Vegemite.
I don't like nuts. I don't like nuts.
It's chocolate. Whoa. Probably should have used unsalted butter. Dear God, that is so salty.
Yeah, I was thinking about those black salty things that you give us.
That I give you. That I give you for fun. Gotta have two hands.
Wait, Donald Trump. Yeah, so
For the thumbnail.
this is really, there's no salt in this.
What do you mean?
I don't think there's added salt in this.
So where the
Oh,
fuck
there
is
is salt.
Yeah,
It's the
where
third.
the fuck is the salt?
It's actually the second ingredient.
Well, yeah, because yeast and salt does something, certainly. You went for another bite.
It's not terrible, but it's not something I would eat every day.
I like it, but like, you got to be very vigilant.
You're
that
gonna be
the
looking
word?
out for it.
No, isn't
Watch out, that Vegemite might come and get you.
isn't vigilant? Like you don't want to use that much.
That would be like conservative.
What'd you just call me?
You want to keep it. You want to keep it. You know, you don't want to use it as you don't want to spread it liberally.
I
You
gotta
wanna-
keep it from you. I'm gonna look up vigilant. I'm not very good with words.
Vigilance, like looking out.
Let's find that out.
I don't think putting it on sourdough is a good idea, honestly.
Why not? Oh, I just looked up vigilante.
Vigilante. That's
Vigilante. How
That's
do you spell
Batman.
vig? Oh,
Take away the E.
Fuck you. Keep careful. Watch for possible danger or difficulties.
Uh-huh.
All right. Not even any other meanings. All right.
What word you thinking of then, bud?
So whenever you put this on, make sure you look out for other people.
whenever you're putting this on, don't use as much. Don't use that much. Whatever, Carson. Just put
Be
on
vigilant.
There. Yeah,
I do like it.
it is very salty.
Yeah.
Don't eat that
Unsalted
plain.
butter.
I can't believe people actually try that plain.
Well, yeah, they take like spoonfuls, which I was gonna do, but I don't think I can.
There's something like an old wives' tale would be like, oh, you gotta take a spoonful of Vegemite and
It'll kill you. COVID.
It'll kill you, COVID.
It'll kill you. I do like it.
We could segue into that in a minute,
Right, we can.
but I'm not done with this toast.
Good setup. Good setup for that segue, Gavin.
You're welcome.
That's almost as good as my segues are. That's almost as
Segues.
good as the guy who invented the Segway. He died on one. Went right off a cliff.
The owner
You don't
of
mind if
this,
I put this away?
yeah, I don't mind. It wants you to store it in a cool, dry place.
That's cool and dry. I think that's pretty cool. You think that's pretty cool? It's not wet in here either. Oh, we have to be really dry around it.
Yeah.
Hey, Gavin.
Hey,
This day is good.
I guess.
Yeah. I think it's pretty good.
What's up?
Sorry, I think the band just came in. You mind if they play a song really quickly? I can't turn it up.
It's
And let's welcome Tame and Paula onto the It Takes All Kinds podcast. Take it away, boys.
This is the stuff Carson recommends, by the way.
No, it's not. No jokes aside, this is Netflix on
Can
the
you say that,
YouTube
2022?
free music. I think you can. You just can't. Never mind. Thank you, Netflix. You're really eating that whole thing. You really shouldn't.
Why?
Well, we're on it. I took the last bite, huh? All right. You know, actually, we can segue from that while you're finishing up. I actually wanted to tell you something. My dad actually he went on a trip recently to,
You got malaria.
he went to California, like Bay
California.
Area, California recently, and he got back on, what day was that? Friday, because it was the day I got that flat tire.
Take me to the place I love.
I swear I drew some blood. That's what he says.
I don't want to glove my feet. You know, that's what Flea did, is he ate bread before he sang.
So, you can't make me think during this show.
Sorry.
So he came back, and he actually did get sick while he was on the trip. He got sick with SOH.
Never heard of it.
It's stupidity of the head. No, he actually got COVID.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
He's doing fine. He's doing, as far as I know, he's doing fine. He literally tested positive yesterday.
Oh, he's surprised though? I mean, come on.
Come on. I mean, not really. It's California elites, coastal elites. Yeah, but he started feeling kind of crappy yesterday morning and wanted to be safe and took 2 at-home tests, and they were both positive. So as far as I know, he's doing fine, but
Were you around him?
I was on Saturday. But I don't think I have anything.
Okay.
I could taste that perfectly fine.
Yeah, I could taste whenever I had COVID too.
I don't know if you noticed it, but I waited until you said what it tasted like. This is straight vodka with pink food coloring.
I put baking soda. I've heard that if you put baking soda in alcohol, it makes the alcohol flavor go away.
Well, join us next week
Well,
for our
next
next
taste
taste test. No, I'm feeling fine, and I saw him on Saturday, and he tested positive yesterday, but I'm feeling fine. My mom is too, and I think I'm immune. I think I'm immune to it. I think I'm fully immune. I don't think I'm gonna get it ever.
I got my booster on Friday.
That's true. You did get your booster. Segue again. How did that go?
It was all right.
You finally got your booster.
Finally.
I've had my booster. Excuse me. I've had my booster since the beginning of December of last year.
Yeah.
6 months ago, Gavin. Since I've had it.
Yeah.
And I'm not no pharmacist. I simply just work for myself. I don't work for the people giving me the shot, but apparently the guy giving me the shot doesn't want to get the poke. I get it, I guess. Your decision, but you finally got it. We're so proud of you.
Yeah, I was fully.
I'm so goddamn proud of you for it.
Yeah. Anyway, I couldn't really feel the shot, and I felt really bad because you kind of have to have like your COVID card to like get the shot sometimes.
Oh,
most
yeah,
times,
right.
But I didn't bring it with me because I didn't think anything of it. Then I got an email while I was at home and was like, "Hey, you need to have your booster shot by Monday." And I'm like, crap. So I scheduled it for Friday, and I was like, they're like, do you think you can go grab it? And I'm like, no, I mean, it's like I'm in St. Charles and I live out in St. Louis. Like, I'm not driving 45 minutes for you to fill it out. So they gave me one, but they blocked out the first two lines.
Interesting.
Yeah. So.
Do you know where your card is, though?
Yeah, I do know where it is.
Okay, because I was about to.
I do know where it is.
I was about to go in.
So
you got lucky.
Yeah, I didn't really feel anything. Friday, I started to get a little chilly after we hung out,
right?
And then was really hot, or really cold, and was so cold that I took a shower and was still shivering in the hot shower on Friday night. So.
And which is
like
interesting.
I have like a swollen lymph node in my arm. It was kind of sore for a couple days.
I've got a lot of soreness going through here. I think it was just after a workout, though. It was going hard. You see I hit my new PR?
Yeah, 5 pounds. It's
5
crazy,
pounds,
bro.
Dude. Crazy.
So,
and which is funny that you were so cold.
Yeah, because my house was hot.
Because your house is hot. Why is your house hot? Somebody
the
put
AC
it in an oven?
Yeah. No, the AC went out whenever we tried turning on the air on like the hottest day of the year. So far.
And why isn't it fixed?
Because like we had tried calling and they said that they couldn't come out till this upcoming Friday.
Right.
Like, sorry, we're gonna have to wait till next Friday.
Which luckily it's gonna be cool-ish.
Yeah, it's gonna be cooler this week, so
cooler. So hopefully it won't be too much of a hot box.
Yeah, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't horrible.
Kind of enjoyed it,
but it wasn't bad in my room because I was in the basement. I had a fan blowing on me. So
right,
but
and you sleep naked with no sheets.
I sleep naked, no sheets on, no blanket on. No, I don't sleep. I sleep on the floor anyway, so it's not a big deal.
You don't even have a bed.
Yeah, no. At my parents' house, no.
Oh, God, no.
Took it
Are
with
you kidding
me.
me?
Yeah, took it with me, pack it in my car every day.
Right.
So we want to also segue. I want to segue into the new law.
Let's talk about this new law.
So,
well, it's not. It's a law for people like you, not for people like me.
Yeah. Well, this is interesting. So House Bill 2149 was passed and was sent to the governor on Friday. The governor on Friday. And Missouri Pharmacy Association sent texted us, but sent out an email to everybody. Said that House bill was passed and has been sent to the governor. We want to make it clear is what this provision does. 1, nothing requires you to dispense nor carry ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine. The Missouri Board of Pharmacy can't punish a pharmacist for legally dispensing ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine. And a pharmacist cannot call the prescribing physician to dispute the safety of ivermectin for human use. The provision in House Bill 2149 does not constrict a pharmacist's ability to dispute the efficacy of ivermectin or hydroxychloroquine to treat COVID-19 or any other disease state. Nothing in this provision constricts a pharmacist's ability to consult a patient that shouldn't take these medications due to certain health conditions or contraindications to other drugs. Basically, pharmacists can't call doctors and be like, "Why'd you prescribe this?" Like, you can't do that.
Right.
It's just protecting doctors who want to prescribe hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin to treat COVID. And I don't think that the pharmacist, at least my understanding is that the pharmacist also will not be able to ask why they're taking ivermectin or hydroxychloroquine.
Right, which is fine because, in case you guys didn't know, ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine work really well against COVID. My dad is actually taking it right now, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to say no.
No.
What do you mean?
No, you are not supposed to take it. You're supposed to just ride it out. Nothing's going to help it. This is why COVID spreads.
What about the COVID pill?
That's an antiviral pill. It's not for human use yet. It's not out yet.
I thought it was.
It's really expensive.
I got money. So it's not good. It's not something that should treat
And
the hydroxychloroquine
yeah.
and ivermectin. Excuse me.
And it's I think it's also causing some issues for people who have been taking it.
You don't say. But so whenever Gavin told me this on Friday when we all went out to eat, I wasn't angry, but I was a little bit upset by it. But then I was like, well, that's like with literally any, like you guys can't do that with really any other medicine, really. I mean, can you?
Well, we're supposed to be part of the healthcare team, so we're supposed to consult with the doctor to be like, hey, maybe this patient's allergic to this. We should change it to this. And they'd be like, yeah, go ahead, change it to this. Or, like, it would be like, we can do it if it's like, oh, they're on this other, like they're on warfarin or heparin or something like that. And it's a blood thinner. And you're not supposed to take this medication with it. And then we call a doctor and be like, hey, are you sure you want them to have this?
Right, which as far as I'm aware is literally what they're saying you can do.
Yeah, I think
there's not really a difference.
I don't even think that anybody was like going out of their way to like call doctors and be like, what the fuck are you doing with ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine? You can't do that. Like, I don't think anybody was doing that. I think it was just kind of like well, I guess we did it for every other medicine. We got to do it for these too.
Right.
But it was kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of weird because you also can't talk to the doctor about it, like, at all. You can't ask them about it. You can't question their authority on it. And it's like giving the doctors even more like prescribing power for it. And
which is like, why are you going to school for?
Yeah. Well, right.
Just make the doctor the pharmacist.
Yeah.
I will give it the pills. And I think I'm more just like,
oh, you want to play devil's advocate here? I see.
Is that a 2-person game? I stole that joke from somebody else that I made. It just, I don't know. I guess it kind of just annoys me because it's like, I don't know why even. It's just annoying that they even had to put that out there. I guess I don't know. What do you think about that?
Well, see, here's the thing: is that.
Like, were they getting that much of that they had to be like, okay, well, we got to stop doing that? Or was it just like,
I think it was,
we don't want the red pills to freak out.
I don't know.
We'll give them this win.
Yeah,
I
don't know. But many of the bills that they had proposed mandated that a pharmacist dispense these medications without any questions for either the patient or physician. Senators added language that would restrict a pharmacist's ability to consult a patient for these medications. Due to a majority of senators supporting this measure and the nature of the Missouri Senate at that time in the session, the Missouri Pharmacy Association worked to find a compromise that would not impede the practice of pharmacy nor restrict a pharmacist's ability to use your clinical skills that have been cultivated for years. So
that pretty much is saying what I just said.
Yeah.
That they just like, some dumb fuck brought the issue up.
Yeah.
And then they
were
were
serious
like,
issue.
Then they're like, sure. Well, it's funny to me because it's like we just kind of said, as far as I can tell, and as far as what you've told me, they're pretty much reiterating what it's already like you can do, pretty much.
Yeah,
more or less.
I think it's the part that, like, we can't ask them and be like, "What are you taking this for?" Like,
which you normally can.
Yeah, normally you can
because
because you can be like, "Oh, it can also just be like a teach back thing." That's one method that we use in the pharmacy. Is
What
like
is that?
teach back, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna show you how to use an inhaler. Let's go over. It's like, can you or
Oh, so you're tricking people.
yeah, how do you use an inhaler? And they'd go through and show you how to use an inhaler. So it'd be like, so what are you using this medication for? You know, just to be like, okay, I'm taking it for my rash or whatever. You know,
But did they say that you
it's
could ask them that? You just can't
we can't ask
go
it
to the
anything.
doctor. You
We
can't even ask that.
Yeah, it's like you can't ask
Interesting.
any
Okay.
questions of them. But I don't think anybody really would, because those ivermectin not so much, unless they're actually like unless they have like a parasite.
Mhm.
And hydroxychloroquine is a regularly dispensed thing for people with lupus. Like that's not. So I wouldn't ask them to be like, "Hey, how's that lupus coming along?" You know what I
Right.
mean? Like I don't think anybody was. I don't think that was the issue. I think it was just kind of like,
Right.
well, we're gonna give protections to doctors, even more protections for doctors who are doing this, rather than like follow the science of being like, hey, you don't prescribe this for COVID.
Right. But I don't know. It's just so funny because it's like people who are getting hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin are going to go way out of their way to try and get it. Like
Yeah.
they will fake having lupus
Yeah.
or whatever to get it.
Or they'll just
So-
or they'll know their doctor so well. They're like, listen, I heard Donald Trump was prescribing it. He wants the doctors to prescribe it.
Right. So like one way or another, like, I mean, they're not going to tell you the truth either way.
Right.
I don't know. It's just so fucking dumb. But of course, like somebody, has to hop the bandwagon and do it. That's what man, it just.
It's weird.
It's
It's a weird
just so
thing because it's like
weird.
it's like you're right that you normally don't have to question, but it's like we are not allowed to question anything about it.
Right.
It's just like, all right, here's your hydroxychloroquine.
I think the whole thing of it pisses me off less than what is that, Cat
No,
piano?
just feel like, hey, here you go.
Oh yeah, take it.
Drugs.
Take it and don't come back.
Yep.
I think what has kind of pissed me off about, and I'm not the first person to say this, so I'm not going to sit here and act like some sort of, like I just cracked the fucking code, but I'm just growing so increasingly angry with, it's not even really a certain side one way or another. It's kind of just, our government or whatever, our government people as a whole that are just like are just seeing what sticks and what works and what gets people riled up and what gets people going and taking that and then making that their motive. Like those people do not give a shit about the doctors or the pharmacists or the people prescribing it, but they know that'll stick and they know that they can get something going with that, so they'll take it. And like I said, both sides do it. You know what I mean? Like, and it just leads, me to just hate politics even more, and I just hate the figureheads and the people. I just wish that like, I don't know. It just makes me so angry. I just hate that.
That's just how it works. It's politics, buddy.
But that's what sucks. It's like what the I that's why I hate when people are like this governor guy who's running for governor is for the people, and it's like, no, he's not. He's a shill. He's like everybody else.
He's gonna protect what he wants to protect.
Right, and but it's not even what he wants to protect. It's what some marketing person or whatever is like. This is working. We're gonna.
We gotta get money out of politics, and then they're like, also, I'll take $300,000 from the oil companies.
Right. I mean, I don't. We're so far along in this shithole. It's been
This
going on
hellscape.
forever. That like there is no solution that would make me happy. It's I don't know. I'm trying not to say too much like cringy, annoying stuff right now, but it's just
Get
like,
off your liberal high horse, pleb.
It's not even that. Like I don't like to just take a side with anything. I mean, I take a side in terms of issues, but I don't like labeling myself one way or another. And
Yeah.
I don't care if you do. I don't care if any other people
In
do.
my opinion, I think that they really shouldn't have even touched it. They should have just left it alone, because I really don't think that there were that many pharmacists that were questioning a doctor's ability to prescribe the correct medication for things.
There's probably nobody who was.
Yeah, I think that it was probably just like it might have been like a smaller committee that was like, yeah, you know what? Now you mention it, I've been trying to get hydroxychloroquine, and my doctor is kind of hesitant to prescribe it. Like all that stuff like that. It's like, well, yeah, because it doesn't fucking work.
Or it probably wasn't even. It might not have even gone as far as that. They probably just saw that like somehow this thing would get a certain number of people on their side if they took this to, to whatever, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just like, it probably wasn't, nobody probably even had an issue with it at all, but
Right.
they get that idea. They're like, this is going to work. This is going to help, do whatever. It's going to help me sell my gorilla brain pills or whatever. And not even that, but it's just
my gorilla bull testosterone.
my gorilla balls.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not even sure if I'm making any sense because my brain is just like so fried with everything. But yeah, I mean, there really isn't any sort of. I don't have a solution for anything. I just am pointing out, probably for the 500th time today, that.
Listen, I mean, I think
sucks.
I think it's difficult to say because you kind of in all honesty, I think medicine. We all every doctor takes a Hippocratic oath, do no harm.
Right.
So
do comedians.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they take the Hippocratic oath, sorry.
Yeah, Hippocratic. So that I think that would be like where the difference would be between the doctors prescribing and being like, I'm trying to help my patient. And then the pharmacist in the pharmacy being like, hey, this will hurt your patient. I know you want to do well for them, but this is not going to do well for them. And I think that is like the conflict in that, and that politics have now kind of edged like wedged into it and be like, hey, nope, no, can't do it. Don't ask.
Right.
They know what they're doing.
Right, which pisses me off because it's like you said, that's literally like your job as a pharmacist is to protect these people and to help these people. You might not know them personally, but you know what's scientifically what's scientifically going to work, what's proven to work, whether it's in a trial run or not, or whether it's being checked or not, whether there's some cases where something goes wrong or something goes right. You at least have you have more knowledge than that dumb fuck person that walks in to pick up their whatever.
I saw they were picking
and
it
I'm
up.
Speaking for myself here. I'm not speaking on your behalf. So anybody listening who's looking to hire Gavin for anything, this is me. This is not him. I am saying that the dumb fuck motherfucker that walks in to pick up his stupid shit that's not going to do anything for him, Gavin is there to help that person out. You know what I mean? And it sucks that now that, like you said, that wedge is now going in between, and it's like, well, what the fuck am I doing?
You kind of want to take you want to take politics out of medicine and take
You should take it out of everything.
There is. You're on.
That's it. Hey,
I think you're on something.
I think that's a pretty good idea.
No. I mean, you would want to, help any patient that comes into your pharmacy, like that baseline. You want to help him, whatever.
Just like a doctor would.
Yeah, exactly. And it is just it's difficult to not want to question it. But now we're basically not allowed to. So.
Right. Which sucks that they get to make. Again, this is me saying this, not you.
Yeah.
It sucks that they get to make this decision for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
You. And that's probably fine for you to say.
Right,
But again, I just want to make sure
there's
that
Missouri Pharmacy Association and there's a lot of pharmacy kind of. I haven't been to legislation day yet, but there are. That's what we do every year. There's one day in spring semester where the second year professional students go and take a trip down to Jefferson City and watch a bill get made and watch some pharmacists or some pharmacy law people get involved and speak their mind on certain issues.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it's only interesting for that certain day, but it is just really hard to be because there are certain people that wouldn't prescribe Plan B or dispense Plan B due to.
I was thinking about that too.
There's certain people who don't want to give out hormone therapy or that kind of thing. It's it's their own personal belief, and it's I could just simply say I'm not going to have it.
Right.
I'm just not going to carry ivermectin or hydroxychloroquine.
Right.
Now, and nobody would be able to tell me different and be like, go down the pharmacy of the road. I'm not going to tell you address or phone number or anything for that, but you can find it.
And people like me who I think that we should prescribe condoms.
Yeah. We should keep it behind the counter and
Right.
keep everything locked up under lock and key.
Right.
And,
We keep them locked up so you can keep it locked up
yeah, exactly.
when you're having sex.
Yeah, that's why most people still wear chastity belts.
I do.
Yeah.
I don't go anywhere without my chastity belts and my black boots.
Yep. Always walking around with it.
Always. And I always got my switchblade in my back
Yeah.
pocket. Yeah, no, you're right. That is the that's just
But you
like
do want to help everybody that comes through the door.
Right. That's just like
And you don't know what's going to walk through that door. Like Pawn Stars,
Right. McNuggy meal. And that's just like, that makes me think of like the bakeries that won't make a cake for a gay wedding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, not that that's even slightly comparable to a pharmacy.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. There's politics in
I don't
both.
know. It looks kind of suspect. Could be an imposter. Look, the best I could do is maybe a $19 Fortnite card, and I'll even throw in a Travis Scott McNuggy meal. Right?
Is that Rick calling an expert?
Yeah.
The animatronic character.
Yeah, I think yeah, because like, the path we're going on right now is looking like it's going to lead to bans on certain things like you were bringing up,
Yeah.
like, hormonal medicine, this, that, and not even, speaking more to abortion type stuff, Plan Bs, yada, yada.
And there's nothing that any healthcare provider seemingly can do
Right.
on the surface.
Right. You just kind of have to do your job.
Yeah, where it's like I got licensed here, so I'm gonna have to follow what the
Right.
law says because I'm licensed here.
Right.
Which
Which
That's
is
not to
like,
say that I could go up to Minnesota, Illinois, Iowa, Arkansas, Kansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Nebraska. Like I can go all the surrounding areas and get or California, New York, Florida, get a license or a life at those states and be like, yeah, I can now in these other states I could theoretically get a license in Illinois.
Right.
Doctor prescribes hydroxychloroquine or ivermectin. I can call.
Oh, interesting.
It's a
Right, because it's
state
just
thing.
Missouri.
It's just Missouri.
Interesting.
So
Didn't even think about that.
so
I thought you were going into like the abortion
no, but
type
that,
stuff.
No,
too.
I mean that also
Later
could
on,
also be
right,
on,
yeah.
but as far as it goes for this, someone else could be licensed in another state and go to that other state and then question the ability.
Right.
I guess question why they prescribed it.
And I want to reiterate again, this, everything I've said is coming from me. And I want to,
Retweets do not reflect my own personal
I've turned
opinions.
off replies.
Yeah.
I will not be listening to anybody's comments
Yep.
on what I've said today. What I want to say is that even though we're speaking about this passionately and I'm complaining about it, this is what Gavin wants to do. This is the field he's going into. He could choose not to.
Yeah.
But obviously, this is what he wants to do.
I think it's just interesting.
He just
topic.
has to. It is interesting. But this is what he wants to do.
His
So
reflection-
obviously, he's going to have
His
to
opinion
do,
and my opinion are
are the
completely
same.
different.
Are different, right?
We're completely different, and I will say that I will treat anybody with any medication if the doctor prescribes it.
Right. Because that's your job,
That's
and
my
like you said,
job.
you took
That's my responsibility.
the Hippocratic Oath.
Yeah, that will be my responsibility as a student.
Right.
Can't say I'm able to do that, but
Right, exactly. But what I just want to make sure that I say that, like, it is what you want to do.
yeah,
And these are the rules that you have to follow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, like you said, it's just interesting.
well, for example,
And
there's-
for what I'm saying, it's making me, I'm not necessarily angry at that specifically, but it's more of just the whole thing as a whole.
yeah, the system,
I'm really mad at the system.
the man,
And I'd like to give a little song about it.
the like for example, I think like gabapentin is not a controlled substance in Missouri, but in Kentucky it is.
Right.
That kind of thing, or the law just kind of varies state by state. There's
Right.
kind of little small things like that,
Like,
and
I,
that's
can't, I can't get my Sudafed for my meth
yeah,
making.
no, exactly. Like other states, Sudafed is completely like it's just behind the counter. You just have to
Right.
ask for it, but you don't have to take a name or anything like that,
Mm.
or it'll be over the counter. Like just show
Right.
me that you bought it.
Right.
And that's all the little state law stuff.
Right.
Now I haven't gotten that far into pharmacy school to learn the law. Or
let's
anything like
begin.
that. Yeah. But I would imagine that it's all really small minutia that kind of just is like, oh, it is or it isn't in this state.
Right.
You have to remember. Now, as far as law goes, I haven't learned anything about that though.
No.
And you do have to take the pharmacy law exam like a bar basically in state. You have there's like a
To even do what you're doing?
yeah, that would be
Oh.
like the get your licensure in other states is to take the law exam.
So
So
you
there's
don't
a
have to,
big
you
pharmacy-
do before you graduate completely.
Hold on. There's a big, huge pharmacy, like national
Right.
pharmacy exam. Then there's the state law exam.
Right.
So if I were practicing Missouri, I would take the Missouri law. If I'm practicing in Illinois, I'd take the Illinois law.
If you're practicing farm law? are
no,
you
just
saying?
pharmacy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there is just pharmacy law exams in each state. So
So that'll be like
that would be the pharmacy licensure.
Right. So you take that at like pretty much the very end.
Yeah, right at the very end. Yeah,
Are
most
you
people
gonna
will take it at the end after their national exam.
Are you going to take both, or do you
No,
have
you
to? take-
have to.
Oh, you have to take.
And if
both.
I want to
Okay.
practice in any state, I have to practice.
right.
I have to take the law
Right.
or the
Right.
law exam. So
I was just.
interesting little extra step in there. And I also have to pass a calculations exam too, but that's like a school thing.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I don't know fucking shit. I'm the dumb fuck walking out to get my ivermectin like I did yesterday. I got my ivermectin. In.
I like it apple flavored.
Right. Me too. I like the
Yeah.
gummies.
Yeah.
The wowie mowie zowie.
Woo woo.
You know, I had to cross state lines to go to a dispensary to buy some ivermectin.
Yeah.
And it was in a tube with a bunch of runts characters that looked like they were all really blasted out of their mind.
Yeah,
from
I got
ivermectin.
I got the Flintstone gummies across
Nice.
over in Illinois. Yeah.
Nice. They're pressed with ivermectin.
They're pressed with vitamin B7. So
Riboflavin? Do they have folic acid in them? You know, you're supposed to get 560 milligrams of folic acid every day.
wow.
Did you know that?
No.
You want to know why?
Why?
Makes you pee better.
All right.
Let's get the fuck out of politics for once, huh? Let's talk about the Cardinals. Let's talk about the St. Louis fucking Cardinals, Gavin. Gavin, I gotta admit it, dude. I got an addiction.
I got a fever.
I got a real bad addiction that I've gained recently that I think I got from you. I think I actually caught it from you, and that's the sports fever. I am getting very into sports, and it's starting to make me nervous.
Well,
I didn't think I'd ever be this way.
I realized after watching this TikTok from Adam Conover, who did Adam Ruins Everything. He's kind of it was kind of annoying, but it started out as like it started out as a YouTube channel, and then it moved into a TV show on True TV, and then now it got canceled, and he's just living on his own and like has a TikTok where he makes stuff about talking about the episodes.
And that's the American system,
Yeah.
everybody. That's
So,
the Hollywood.
That's the Hollywood
Get it?
pipeline. That's the YouTube.
That's
YouTube
our
to TV.
trajectory, baby.
Woo!
Only up, and then we're going right back
back
down.
down. And he was talking about like how humans want to find that like trance-like state. You know, like in church, you're singing, you're dancing with people. You know, you're
In
you know,
trance.
Yeah, you're like gossiping, and like you have the human connection.
Yeah.
In churches and stuff like that. Well, and you've seen over generations that that religion has kind of declined in subsequent. Yeah.
Don't even.
Less and less people are practicing religions as time goes
God, it
on.
makes me angry.
But it's because they're finding other ways to.
We need to stop. I'm gonna stop you right there. We need to bring back organized religion. Go back into it. Sorry.
You're finding that less and less people are doing it or going to church, and finding other ways to get that human connection, that like trance-like state of being like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm enjoying it, and I don't know what's happening, but I'm enjoying it.
But this
And-
guy next to me is really drunk,
Yeah.
and he just gave me a high five.
Yeah. And I'm really happy that this happened. I'm really happy that something happened. I'm really happy that something happened on the field.
No, I think
and,
that's a.
and sports
sorry.
is, I would say it's almost a religion. Like it's something that I follow religiously. I mean, like
Speak of yourself.
music and sports are two things that I found have brought me happiness and peace in my life. And it's also, you know, it's made me upset. It's made me sad, you know, like that kind of thing where it's like it has its ups and downs with it. But, you know, it's the connection that being like, oh, I'm making connections with people in Minnesota whenever I watch the Minnesota Timberwolves and being like, yeah, I love the Timberwolves, you know. And that's it. And that was one thing that I started thinking of whenever you're like, yeah, I have an addiction now. I really like sports, or I really like sports and the Cardinals. I want to go watch a Cardinal game. Cardinal games are really cool. Like it's just Because we only pay like $30 for basic, what would be
I'm gonna have to
considered
go into that.
courtside seats.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that was insane. We were
Right.
right next to the field.
Before you go on, I want to stop you right there. You mentioned something that sports is like your religion.
Yeah.
Well, in my religion, God made the biggest touchdown when he brought his only begotten son, Jesus Christ, onto this earth.
Hell yeah, brother. You could be a priest.
Listen, man, I am actually have an announcement. I'm going to be at the next year's Stronger Men's Conference. I will be preaching. Me and Johnny Manziel are going to go out there and preach about the football.
Kirk Cousins.
The football of Christ.
Yeah, so we went to a Cardinal game. We saw the Orioles play, which is a little interleague play there.
Damn it.
Little interleague play between the National League and the
Gavin
American
keeps
League.
throwing off this goddamn term interleague, and it ended up in evolving into, did I use that word right?
Uh-huh.
It ended up I almost said involving. It ended up evolving into like a 20-minute discussion where I was trying to figure out what Gavin was talking about, which really is the name of this show at this point.
What the fuck is Gavin talking about?
Not even that. It's just that, like, sometimes it's that, but a lot of the times it's like my ADD might be a little too strong that day to where, like, I'm just like, I wish I knew what Gavin was saying, but he keeps going.
It was kind of loud there too. You know, it's kind of.
But that wasn't the issue. I don't know what the issue was with that, but he kept trying to
humid.
explain what interleague meant to me, and then I thought I got it, and then I didn't.
There's two
And
leagues.
then I got it.
Yeah, there's two leagues in the MLB. There's the National League and the American League. Mainly, American League teams will play American League games.
But this time,
But this time, the National League Cardinals were playing the American League Baltimore Orioles.
so we first had to explain that, and then I thought he was saying that there is two different leagues, but interleague means it's in the same league as the league they're
That's
in.
intra league, and I was talking about that's intra league
And then that pissed me off.
because there's
I should have remembered so much like acid.
we had to. No, you know what? Now that I mentioned
That's a
it,
lot of
there's
folic
there's
acid,
a lot
actually.
of salt in there.
I think I've had double
Way
my
too
daily
much.
dosage of my folic acid.
So yeah, and I so one of the reasons why I even have an Orioles hat is because in MLB The Show they're the worst team. They're literally the worst rated team for
Oh,
like
yeah?
3 years in a row. And I played them so much that I knew their pitching rotation, who was playing what position, their backups, like their bullpen. Like I knew it, and I started following them on social media just because they're a team that I wanted to follow in the American
Right.
League. I have like two teams in the American League I want to follow, and or three teams almost. I like the American League a lot. There's the Seattle Mariners, the Detroit Tigers, and the Baltimore Orioles. Now, I like the Seattle Mariners because Secret Base, formerly SB Nation, posted a 6-hour-long documentary on the tragic story of the Seattle Mariners. Fantastic.
What the hell is a
And-
tragic story?
I mean, it's just it's a bizarre team. They have a lot of weird history.
Okay.
It's bizarre. They have a lot of just outstandingly horrible seasons,
Mhm.
and it still bizarre. And I fell in love with them and have a Seattle Mariners hat, like a throwback Seattle Mariners hat, and you have the Baltimore Orioles hat. Because I like playing the Baltimore Orioles. I love that stadium. I love Camden Yards. And then I also really like Detroit Tigers. I also have a Detroit Tigers hat because I like their logo, like their look. It's very old timey. Their field is huge, massive outfield, and I feel like it's a really cool looking field. Like they have a sports car and a truck on one side at the end, and they have like a tiger statue and all that stuff like that. But
What's the place with the water slide?
that's
in
Milwaukee.
outfield?
That's the American Family Stadium in Milwaukee.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've always liked that.
So I think by the time I die, I want to visit all 30 MLB stadiums.
Good luck.
Yeah.
We know
I've
how
only
your,
been
we
to-
know how
I've
your
already been-
family ages.
I've only been to Busch though, so
Same. Yeah. I've seen stadiums, but I've never been in any other stadium
Yeah.
besides.
so
Booch.
I saw the Orioles were coming in town, and we decided we wanted to go to a game.
Yeah, we talked about it on the last show, but yeah, Gavin was just like, "You want to go to a game?" Yep. And we ended up getting really. I mean, just I don't I don't want to go to another game unless we're sitting there. Unless it's like stupid expensive.
Yeah.
But I have no desire to sit anywhere else.
I will say once you go the further up, the louder and more like family like it is up there. I like all the way up there.
Yeah.
And like they're like everybody's like like dapping each other up, like
Right.
hugging and all that stuff like that whenever something happens.
Right.
Down there it was like we're gonna stick to ourselves.
Yeah, which is weird. I was expecting it to be more involved, but for some
Nope.
reason it wasn't.
It was
But
very-
maybe it was also not a great game.
It was yeah, it
either.
wasn't not a lot of attendance. They said 39,000, but I could hardly even consider 20,000 there.
I tried counting.
yeah,
Yeah, so we were sitting
third baseline.
third baseline, second row from the very front. Just great seats. But what I was gonna say is that like
Past the dugout.
yeah, past the dugout. Like pretty much right by the foul.
Yeah. So what brought you back into it? What made you so addicted and want to go to more?
I don't know, but what I want to say really quickly is that I do like sitting. I like sitting. There really isn't a bad seat anywhere in there. I do like sitting up high. I think there's something about sitting there that I really enjoyed, and I would like to.
The lower anywhere in
that
the lower
again.
bowl is just really really great.
Right.
seats.
I just liked how close we were to the field too, even though nothing really
Now
happened.
if we sat in the section behind left field, we would have probably gotten a couple balls thrown to us.
Right.
Like Tyler O'Neill threw balls over
Right.
them.
Which I don't really care about.
I know, but some people, that was something that I wanted to do. Was
right.
one game we were back there over by off of left field, and the Pirates were in town, and Ben Gamble, their left fielder, we were heckling like the whole night, and he was still throwing balls over to our section.
Right.
So
So what brought me back into it? Or what brought me into it in general, because there was never a time where I was. I think like a part of it really was just Pujols coming back that was like what initially got me like excited, was that they brought Pujols back for this final season. So that like initially got me started into, I was like, I really want to go see a game because I really want to see him play. And like, that was like the main part of it. And then on the way there, we ended up finding out he wasn't playing that night. And I was like, it sucks, but whatever. Who cares? Like, it's still going to be a fun time. And I don't know what it was about it that I just was like, I think like you were saying that I wanted to mention when you brought up like, even though I have had that like religious experience and I don't go to church as much, for whatever reasons, I still got that like you, without even knowing, I still got that like, sense of like, we're all here for the same purpose. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like we're all here. We're all, even though we're not really talking, we're still all here and we're all enjoying the same thing. We're all watching sport happen in front of us. And
we watched whenever Harrison Bader hit the first inside the park home run at Busch 3.
right.
Like that was kind of like where everybody was like, yeah, this is really cool. Like like everybody was so into it, and like everybody was so hyped up about that.
Right.
Like it was insane.
Yeah, I don't even know, because like we were saying, it wasn't even a good game. It was just like I came home and I was like, fuck, I want to go to another one.
Yeah,
I was just so ready.
Quick. It was so quick too.
I didn't feel like
that-
it was. I just
was a
enjoyed it
quick
so
game.
much. It was just, I don't know. It was just something about it. I was just like, all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit, I enjoy this now. What the fuck? Why do like last year I went to one game and I enjoyed it. I had fun. I went with my parents and it was good to go to a game and be outside.
Yeah, but your parents
and
were there.
drink a beer for
Yeah.
the first time at the Busch Stadium. But I don't know. I don't know. It was just something, and maybe it was just because it was like the first time going to a sports game without my parents. Oh, well, a baseball game without my parents, which I mean, I love doing things with my parents. So, shout out to mom and dad.
I'm trying to think of like.
So I don't know. It's just something about that was different too. What were you saying?
I'm trying to think of what was my first game I went to without my parents. Because I think I went with my friends a couple times.
I think you've been.
I've been to quite a few Cardinal games without my
Right.
dad. Because my mom didn't really go to a lot. It was funny because like I remember the last one that my mom and my sister, we all five of us went. That did not end very well. I think my sister had like ice skating lessons or something like that and had a concussion, and then we still went to the game.
Jesus.
And,
What's
like,
going on?
Yeah, and like she was in the bathroom the whole time. Sorry, I
Ugh.
won't, but it was not.
Ugh,
fun time.
Evelyn, that's so gross.
But yeah, we used to sit up in the Redbird Club, and you know what's funny is that we never got foul. We only got one foul ball up there ever, and it was like David Freeze's like debut, but like it wasn't technically like he was just pinch hitting, and it was like in 2008 or something like that. Like the year before his rookie season, he like came in and pinch hit once, and he fouled the ball off to us. That was the only foul ball we have from that game. And whenever we were at that game, no foul balls came out. Like 0 foul balls came towards us ever.
Yeah,
it was
I
like
think
all
just
we
in
were
a
going
weird
that
spot,
way.
which
All of them was
honestly
going that
I
way.
was fine with.
Yeah.
I don't want to be at a sports game and have to look out for my
Look out!
surroundings. Not that would be a problem. It's just
Heads
like,
up.
you know. But yeah,
Foul ball.
it was just such a fun experience, and I'm very much looking forward to going again. And Gavin and I decided we want to go see. I for sure want to see when we play the Yankees, which is in August. We play the Blue Jays next week. Monday
I
or
wanna go
Tuesday.
To, but I don't think I can.
Monday and Tuesday they're playing here.
Yeah.
We can figure it out. And then I would like to see Dodgers too, but preferably I just want to see the Yankees because they're so good. Well, Dodgers are good this year too, but Yankees have some power
They got
hitters right
Nestor
now.
Cortez.
I do love Nestor. He's so funny. The way he pitches is just so weird.
Takes a long time. He's got a long windup.
They call him Nasty Nestor.
And he's got a stash too.
Yeah.
So like all the younger fans were wearing mustaches at the games.
I love him. But then if Aaron Judge and the other guy whose name I can't remember, who are just like
Giancarlo
fucking,
Stanton.
yeah, who just like are hitting crazy
Bombs,
home runs. Might be juiced. I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, St. Louis is a pitcher's park. It's harder to hit home runs there. But at Yankee Stadium, it's like a hitter's park. They got the short porch in right field, and it's like 315. So it's like
wow, that's really short.
Really short.
Right.
And
I didn't know that.
What's funny about the Orioles is that at their stadium in left field, they moved the wall. They like took a chunk out of the wall and raised it because they knew that they couldn't outslug other teams. So they moved the ball back and up.
What the fuck? That's weird.
So I think that's pretty funny to me.
Right.
They're like, yeah, we're awful, and there's nothing we can do about it. So we're
gonna make it hard.
We're gonna make the wall bigger.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. So enough about that. That just got me really excited. But then also not just the Cardinals or not just baseball, but that got me excited to want to go to live sports again, especially baseball. Something about, not that I don't like going to NBA or hockey or anything like that. It's just something about a baseball game that was like, oh, this is really fun.
The thing is that I think the cool thing to me is that you could just pick up tickets whenever you want and then just go to the game that night. You know what I mean? You could pick them up whenever. And especially now with StubHub and Ticketmaster and stuff like that. And it gives you something to do that night. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I have to look for something to do. It's like, oh, let's just go to the Cardinal game.
Right, and that's the other thing is I like going out and doing things and having sports to just be like, oh, is there a game in town? Sure, let's fucking go to a game.
Yeah.
Why not? You know what I mean?
And it was funny because we thought that the Blues game was also that night, but it was in Minnesota that night.
Oh, it was?
Yeah,
I still thought it was.
Yeah, it was in Minnesota then.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I still thought it was until we got home. Or until now.
They must have been working with the Blues office about that because they had the Cardinal game at 1:05, and then the Blues game was at 7:00.
It amazes me how they schedule things. It blows my mind sometimes.
It's a lot of communication.
I have no desire to be on that end of doing that. I don't even really do any sort of scheduling, to be honest. With
the Cardinals game today got rained out, and they're moving it to make it a double header on Wednesday, I think, with a
I didn't know they
singular
were supposed
ticket.
to play today.
Yeah,
I
they
didn't know
were.
that.
It got postponed because of the rain.
But what I was saying is that that got me excited about that. But then also with basketball going on right now, end of the season, that is also getting me excited to watch that. And I was upset today that there was no games on with basketball or baseball,
or even hockey.
Which is the first time in my life I've ever felt like that. Because I still don't sit down and really watch the game, but I like to have it on or just pay attention to it. But yeah, it's just funny. I don't know what happened to me. I'm not happy about it though. There goes all my money. I'm a changed man. I'm gonna start wearing shorts and Crocs. Whatever people wear these days. I already have a pair of those. I got a fake pair of the ones that everybody else wears. but then I have my clogs. Holy acid.
Bombaclat.
Whew. I don't even know if I have acid reflux. Right. That Vegemite really did me in. Gavin, how about we wrap this up unless there was anything else you wanted to
No, I think that's
discuss?
it. Yeah.
There's other things. We're going back. This is the first time you're going to hear this in like probably 8 months that I will be saying that we still have things on our notes. We're starting to do notes again. Because I thought it would maybe add a little bit of a spring into our step with the show and having notes again, and kind of like that way Gavin and I like throughout the week can put things in there and be like, oh yeah, I really want to talk about that. And that way we're not prepared, but that way we have like time to muddle over it.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to check with you every time I say a word now. I have this tactic
Well, I think you maybe were thinking mull over. Like M-U-L-L, like mull over.
I think you're right.
Muddle would be like...
Muddle is like mix it around.
Yeah, bring into disorder or confusing state. Mix
Jesus
or stir an
Christ.
ingredient into a drink.
Jesus Christ.
Mull is like think it over.
Why does nobody tell me this when I'm talking to them in person?
Like think about a fact or proposal request deeply and at length.
My tactic with words is that like I hear people say things and then I try to use it in my sentences and I'm like,
well,
sounded right to me.
Hopefully we're expanding the vocabulary. We're exploring the vocabulary of our listeners at home. So now you know the difference between mole and muddle. Boile. And what was the other one? And vigilant.
Yeah.
And the other word that maybe he was and maybe what he was thinking of, I don't know.
I don't know what word I was thinking
but
of.
it's okay.
I throw things out there and I see if they stick, and a lot of times they don't.
Most people will kind of get what you're saying with it.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like nobody's ever pointed it out to me because I think I just I'm gonna suck my own wick here for a second,
Yeah.
but I think I just speak so confidently when I say things that people don't question it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, like you just. I gotta say this confidently. Yeah, just next time you're spreading the Vegemite on the toast, just be vigilant with it. Don't put too much. Like, nobody would ever question that. They'd be like, yeah, you said words that made sense. Because I speak confident about it. But in reality, I'm probably not using the right words. And Gavin's the first person to point that out because we've had, circling back to the beginning of the show, we've had 15 years of a relationship where we've been very timely and very vigilant.
Yeah.
We've been very vigilant.
Yeah, we've looked out for each other.
We've looked out for each other. And I think that segues into...
Well, I'm going to read a thesaurus.
Gavin's thesaurus.
So we're going to talk about what we're listening to this week.
What we're listening to this week. Gavin, you are maybe more prepared than I've ever seen you. And I know you got a lot to say because you're rubbing your knuckles just like Nancy Pelosi when she was rubbing her wrists, being a real cuckoo loony up there on the stage during Joe Biden's State of the Union.
So there were like 3 albums that I was intrigued by this week. Arcade Fire released a new album.
Didn't know that.
Black Keys released a new album. A little stinker. And Vansire, one of my favorite bands since 2017, I think.
Humble.
They released a new album this week. This is their second full-length album. They've released they've released EPs before, and they've released singles a lot. They've released a lot of singles. They've released plenty of singles.
Somebody even say the most singles.
And they put them on this album. But The Modern Western World is the new album that I'm listening to this week by Vansire. They have a lot of really good songs that I've enjoyed. Like, I've recommended Vivienne before. I think I've recommended Just the Right Song before. But they added, they added a lot more songs. This is a 46-minute long album. And so, like, some of my favorites are Modern Western World, Vivienne, Kind of a Nice Time, Seattle and So Forth, Nosebleed Seats, Evening Light, Night Vision, Bryn Mawr All-Stars. Like, this whole album is just great. Long Drive Back, Just the Right Song, Next Time in New York. Like, all these songs are just so good. And I think they really killed it without this album. I think they've really found their stride in what they want to do. They've collaborated with a lot of different artists. They've released stuff, or they've been featured on other people's stuff. They've They brought Floor Cry, which is a long time like collaborator with them, back into this album.
Oh.
And she sang on Evening Light, but I think she wasn't as prominent on other songs, but she's been around. She's around the album, I think, a couple other times. It's a 2-piece band officially, but they have like a third, which is the brother of the drummer, I believe. And the brother of the drummer, he plays great saxophone on this album, fantastic. And they absolutely killed it. I'm really happy to listen to this album, and it's a lot of fun to listen to. Find something new to glom onto every time I listen to it. So yeah,
Beautiful. How was Arcade Fire's new album?
I haven't listened to it.
Oh,
I was just interested. I was like, oh yeah, they released a new album.
I don't know
listened
much
to,
about
I think
them.
Fantano's review of it, but I was like, yeah.
I don't know anything about Arcade Fire at all.
They have a great like early 2000s like catalog. Like they have a great three album run that's just fantastic. And then people were like, oh, they fell off a cliff after that. It like, I forgot what they are, but they got some really good ones.
Maybe I'll get around to it.
It's an acquired taste. They have, what was it? Neon Bible, Funeral, and The Suburbs. Those are the 3 album run that they have that is just considered one of the best of all time.
And speaking of acquired taste, Gavin, thank you for that.
Yeah.
You gotta tell me if I've recommended this, because I feel like I didn't recommend it. I know I didn't recommend the album, but I have a feeling I recommended a song.
Yeah, what is it?
When I went to Florida, so I don't know. I am recommending the 1962 album by Dick Dale and his Deltones called Surfer's Choice, which is a surf rock album, obviously by Dick Dale, kind of the king of surf guitar, in my opinion, kind of the one who perfected it the best, and I think did it the best. And I went to Florida last year, and I started listening, because like why I started listening to it mostly today, but just like in the past week, is that typical Missouri weather, we switch seasons in like the span of a day, and we didn't even literally get a spring. We like went right to summer weather, right to like 90-degree days for like a week straight. I checked that whole thing and I didn't find it.
Yeah, so I guess you didn't.
And when that weather came up, I started thinking more about the summer, kind of looking forward to it a little bit. I don't really like warm weather that much, but I like it for a little bit. But I always think of the beach in warm weather, and like, because I really do like the beach. I'm kind of a beach boy, if I may say so. Though, it's actually Pet Sounds Day. If you didn't know, it's the 500th anniversary of the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds.
Wow.
Today.
Wow.
I don't like Mike Love at all.
Wow.
It's called Case. Yeah, I just really like that kind of like that always makes me think about the beach, and then I like listening to surf rock. I do like surf rock, but I really only listen to it during the summer, and like I don't really listen to it any other time. And I was just jamming this album, and I was like, it's decent. It's kind of like half poops and half good songs. I would say any song that has lyrics in it is garbage. I don't think whoever's singing, whether it's Dick Dale or one of the Deltones, I don't think that they have good vocals. They just kind of sound like shitty 50s, 60s rock when they sing. But any other song that's just instrumental is really, really good. Obviously, this album has the most notable song by Dick Dale, Miserlou, which was the opening song for what movie? Pulp Fiction, right? And this actually got me started listening to this album because your brother, god damn it, on Friday on the way home from Red Robin was, for some reason, playing the Pulp Fiction soundtrack.
It's a good soundtrack.
It's fine.
I like it.
I mean, it actually is. It's pretty good. And he skipped over Miserlou, and I was like, no, you go back right now, baby boy. And so he did, and then that got me kind of back on my surf rock kick again, and so I was jamming this album. And like I said, it's half good, half bad. I don't know, the lyric songs are not my favorite, but Miserlou, obviously really, really good. What were the other songs? Surf Beat is good. What What were the other songs there? There was another song I really like, and now I can't remember it. Yeah, I would just say those two. Yeah, Miserlou, Surf Beat, and Let's Go Trippin' was pretty good. I think that does have some lyrics in it, but that's a good song. Yeah, a fun album, and I like surf rock because it's like, I mean, it's where like metal, especially like thrash metal, came from, was like that fast, super fast guitar playing, and so that's why I like it. Is like, it's high energy. It's it kind of has that like the summery feel to it, but it's also kind of like, it's a little off-putting in a way because it's kind of like, what's a sad song? What is that called? Like, there's a happy song, which is a something, and then a sad song.
Major.
Yeah, it's more like in a minor key, and also they use a lot of like surf rock kind of sounding music for like, some like kind of monstery movies like back in the 60s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For
like
and for
old
shows
black and
like
whites
that.
and stuff like that. They all talkies. They play those like whenever they're at the beach.
Right. Yeah,
You just
exactly.
hear in the background. You always having a good
Right.
day.
And it just makes me think of like old monster movies and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But that's what I've been listening to. Really jamming that. If you're not super into surf rock, I would say at least give those few songs a shot. See if you like it. Not a huge Beach Boys fan. There it is. I do like Beach Boys. I'm not in love with them though. I'll leave that to Vic Berger and his love for the Beach Boys, or whether it is a love, I don't know, or if it's just an interest because they're just such oddballs.
It's ironic.
It's
an
very
ironic love.
It's very. But yeah, I think that'll do it for this week. Got a little serious there for a minute, but I think we kept it nice and light. We kept it interesting. We talked about sports. We talked about
the law.
We talked about love.
We talked about the law.
We talked about the Lord.
The law.
And the Lord.
Well, everybody.
That's the only law I need is the Lord. And can I get an amen? Thank you.
Well, everybody. Thanks for listening to. Well, everybody. Thanks for listening to the It Takes All Kinds podcast, episode 63. Keep listening, keep sharing, keep favoriting, keep telling people about it. We're going to be around. We'll be here listening to you, you listening to us. Have a great night and keep being with Carson. What do you got to say?
Like Gavin said, share this podcast. You're supposed to share it to 3 people. I did not see that happen yet. I'm going to give you till next week to share it to 3 people.
Otherwise, you're getting a late deduction.
You know what I'm going to do? If you guys come back next week and you haven't shared with 3 people, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take you to the back and I'm going to... Okay? You going to change the key? I wasn't done. That's not my ending sound.
Oh, okay.
You son of a bitch. No, thank you all for listening. Appreciate it. See you next week. About it.
Goodbye, bye.